Hofstede's cultural dimensions of power distance, individualism, masculinity, uncertainty avoidance, long-term orientation, and indulgence is a framework of cultural communications to show a specific country's values and how they will communicate with other countries. For the dimension of power distance, Brazil scored a 69. This means that hierarchy should be respected and equality should be accepted. It's very important to respect the elderly in Brazil, and also status symbols play a major role in Brazil. Individualism, Brazil scored a 38. This means that they're raised to be strong and cohesive groups. It's important to build trusting relationships, and rich conversation is very important to Brazil. Masculinity was a score of 49. This means Brazil is somewhere in between this dimension. This dimension reflects how deeply a society is driven by success and competition. For uncertainty avoidance, Brazil scored a 76. This means that they have a strong need for structure and order. However, they don't necessarily show the need to obey such laws. They are very strong in emotion, and their body language tends to show their emotions very easily. For long-term orientation, Brazil scored 44. This means they're somewhere in between this dimension. They are between being a normative society versus being a pragmatic society. For indulgence, Brazil scored 59. This means that they're more open to realizing their desires and impulses. They show a strong need for leisure time. They tend to be very optimistic. They also tend to spend money as they wish in Brazil, not really caring how they necessarily spend their money. Other cultural dimensions, Brazil is a high context culture, which means they place a high importance on how something is said versus necessarily what is being said. Brazil is very detail oriented when it comes to time, so they're very patient. And as far as their relationship with nature, they tend to want to be in harmony with nature as far as controlling nature or having nature control them. Now here is Emily I to talk about the creative brief.